Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. DBougie86 here again, and welcome to my DVD slash Blu-ray slash 1VHS update. Yes, 1VHS. As you know, I hope everyone's Thanksgiving was good this month. It's been very hectic this month for me, recording the podcast and doing my job with retail. Busy, hectic time during this time period, of course, with like Black Friday and all that goodness. You all guys know about Black Friday if you do watch my channel. So, been hectic with that. So, only did like 3 videos this month. Sorry about that, guys. But this month I should have a little few more. Of course, I've been busy with the podcast, doing Italian Horror Month. Very interesting, in-depth reviews on certain Italian directors that I do appreciate and love their work. So, good stuff. It's actually the last episode of that will be posted sometime today. So hopefully you get the chance to see that episode when it gets posted. Give it a like and thumbs when it goes on Moods' channel, or if you follow us on iTunes, of course. I'll leave the link below. Jeff, look out for that podcast in the future. Sergio Martino, very excited to let you guys listen to that one. Very exciting podcast. But enough of me babbling now. Let's just get into this update. Now, since I only have one VHS, I'll just show that off real quick. My buddy Double Shot JP, of course, messaged us in the chat one day, and I'm like, he said he found a copy of a certain film on VHS. Do we wanted it? So none of them were answering him. So I'm like, you know what? I don't actually own a copy of this film. Even though I don't have a VHS, my buddy does, so I do want to give this a watch down his house when I get a chance to. So, and that, of course, is Fright Night Part 2, which I haven't seen in the longest time ever. Very shame that this film doesn't have like a re-release. Hopefully one day, like maybe one of these companies do put this back out on another edition someday. But I'm happy to have this because it's a film that I don't own, and very excited. I'm actually a big fan of the very first Fright Night. It's actually my favorite vampire film of all time, and excited to revisit this sequel to it. So awesome stuff, and thank you, JP, for picking this up for me. Awesome dude right there. All right, now let's get into some DVD goodness. Yes. First off, I picked up. What is this? Oh, yes, I had this on the top for some weird reason. Picked up Shrooms. This is an Irish horror film. I actually started watching this. I had to finish it, though. Very interesting plot for what I saw of it, though. I know there's a lot of mixed opinions on this film, though, but I don't... I'm going in this with a fresh set of eyes, so I'm going to check this one out on my own, well, when I finish what I saw of it. But I actually really do dig that cover art of this film and stuff. Really good stuff. Trying to get more into like some Irish horror stuff. Next up, my buddy Jeremy Ennius Ruler, 22. Actually, I did a few trades with him during a couple of months ago, and out of the kindness of heart, he actually threw in a few extra stuff because of the weight and stuff. So awesome dude. He has a few more stuff in like the Blu-ray section. Show off the 2 DVDs he sent me. First up, we have Trill Dracula, which is like a documentary on, not really sure from on Dracula in particular. I believe I actually haven't checked this one out yet. I've been very curious on this release. Of course, with Christopher Lee on the cover, R.I.P. Thank you for that, Jeremy. And he also sent me Phobe, the xenomorphic experiments, which I'm very excited for because it's actually Intervision's return to shot on video, which is what they started out as a company. But I'm glad that they branched out because it is a sub-label of Severin with like some of their other stuff. But I'm glad that they went back to do like some SOV stuff because I had fun with like some shot on video films. Not like the greatest films in the world, but they're fun to watch type deal. Next up I picked up is Reflections of Evil. I actually found this for a good price on eBay. Don't know much about this film. I know my buddy Joanna from the 22 Shots Facebook group is actually a big fan of this film, and she kind of recommended this to me a bunch of times. So, yeah, I definitely want to check this one out down the line. So, thank you, Joanna, for that recommendation. And another one that she recommended to me numerous times is Singapore Slang. I have watched this film, but I'm actually saving my thoughts on it for something that's coming up in a few weeks. Not that soon, but I kind of want to rewatch this one so I get my notes down on it. So look out for that in the future. Next up, I picked up Southbound. Needed for my 2016 watches. I actually still haven't watched this. I might actually throw this one on this week since we don't have like a show planned for this week. So get to watch a few other films that I've been meaning to catch up on. So yeah, I can't wait to check this one out. I heard very good things about that one for the most part. Next up, I picked up Renaissances. I believe that's how you pronounce this. I probably butchered the fuck out of the title. But this is a French creature feature. I know my buddy Matt from Body Bags actually did a review on this back in a while when they did like French Horror Week on the channel before I was part of it. So I'm very excited to check this one out. I actually picked this up after I saw Matt Shelf and Shelf because it reminded me to pick this film up. So thank you again, Matt, for always showing your love for creature features, especially in those Shelf and Shelf videos. Give Matt a sub. I'll leave the link below. Next up, I picked up is a Mondo Macabro title that I've been meaning to grab for a while, and it's an Italian film. It's called The Girl in Room 2A. I'm not sure about this, what this one's really about. I know it's Italian, and I really dig the cover art. And it's Mondo Macabro, so it's pick it up or don't pick it up. So I always pick up myself some Mondos. It's one of my favorite companies. Next up is this film, which I've been hearing a lot of interesting things about, and that, of course, is Le Scavenger, also known as The Diver in French. That's what Le Scavenger means in French. And it also goes by the title of Death Dive. This is like a French-Canadian slasher. Looks very interesting, and I'm actually, spoiler alert, I'm actually going to be doing a review of this on Body Bags on Sunday. So if you're not subscribed to Body Bags and you want to know my thoughts on this film, cool stuff. Kind of want to do something out of the ordinary and different that probably no one's ever heard of for that day. So yeah, definitely check that review out when it posts. Next up I picked up is Jezebel. My buddies at the ABCs of Hidden Horror actually just did an episode on Jay with this on as one of the films they picked, and it sounded really cool. I actually won't lie, I kind of didn't know what the hell this film was about when it first got released, and it sounded really cool the way they were talking about it. So yeah, I definitely wanted to check this one out. I'm gonna check this one out really soon. I want to check that one out. Next up, I picked up a few Full Moon Grindhouse collection titles. You know about these ones? They're kind of like VHS transfers of like these films, but for the price, it's worth it in my opinion because they're only like $5 to $4 a pop. So you're not really killing your bag check for a VHS transfer either. And then of course is Creepazoids, which actually is probably the best looking one out of the few that I have. Well, I haven't watched one of them yet, but really fun film with Linnea Quigley and who else is in this film? Not really sure, but it's from the director of Sorority Babes of the Slime Bolorama. Really cool creature feature, post-apocalyptic setting, really good stuff. And I reviewed this one on Body Bags last week, and that is Necropolis. Fun ass film. Not like a great film by any means, but really fun, like trashy film with cool soundtrack and cool effects. And this one I still have to give a watch, and that is Mutant Hunt. I just love that cover art, so you know me, I had to pick that badly. Area. Looks cool. Next up is another film that I saw in my buddy Matt's Shelf by Shelf videos. and got me interested, and that is Bottom Feeder with Tom Sizemore. Yes, I actually did watch this one. I actually enjoyed it. I won't lie. I didn't really hate the film, and I actually like Tom Sizemore in the film, which, especially with like these low budget like horror films that Tom Sizemore usually stars in, he's not really like the most greatest actor in these films. Even though I do like Tom Sizemore as an actor, this is like at a point in his career where it's like, oh my god, why are you like doing like certain lines and acting a certain way? But he actually did a really good job in this film, I won't lie. So yeah, I do recommend Bottom Feeder. I'm actually going to be doing a review on this very soon. Also, really dug that one. Next up, my boy Brandon from the Exploding Heads Horror Podcast sent me over a few films. There's a few more in the Blu-rays of films that he had like extra copies or his films he was getting away. I know this one he didn't like, but he thought maybe I would like it a little more because it's a shot on video film, and that is Borden House, which I actually never seen before. And thank you, Brandon, for not liking this film because I didn't want to pay like $17 for a shot on video films, you know what I mean? But really excited to check this one out. Of course, from the creators of Terror on Tour. If you know that film, they actually made that film before. So that was cool that I found that out. Next up, we have Stephen King's Rose Red that Brand also sent me. Seen this a while ago, like years and years ago. I actually used to own like this DVD edition of it, which I believe this is out of print now, this exact edition. And very excited to revisit this. I know it's very long. It's 2 discs set. Next up, I picked up a few Honor Films titles, which I got through their Honor Films as actually having a sale, blow sale, because they're actually moving from Florida to Los Angeles, so they're kind of slimming down on their inventories for the move, you know what I mean? So they had a sale through their website and Grindhouse releasing, which I believe today is the last day. So if you want to pick up some Honor Films releases very cheaply, you can for a good price. I got most of these for like $5 a piece, which is a score in my opinion. First up is Footsteps, which of course these aren't open yet, so I haven't had a chance to check them out. This is actually the directorial debut of Gareth Evans, who of course you probably know from directing The Raid 2, and very excited to check that one out. Next up is Brainjacked, which I believe is from the same people that were behind like the Uh-Oh show. I actually know a few of the people that are on the back cover of this, like as the producers, and actually the editors actually, I believe that is Chris Woods, who actually runs the Sleazebox, was the editor on this film. Don't hold me to that, but that's cool as hell. Also picked up Ichi 1. This is the prequel to Ichi the Killer. I heard that this one's not as good as the original Ichi, which I kind of expected from anything from like a sequel or prequel to a good film. But I'm still curious to check this one out for what it is. I'll go into it blindly and check it out for myself, my own thoughts on it. And last up, I picked up Frankenstein's Bloody Nightmare. This one looks fucking bizarre as all hell. Pretty much picked it up because of Frankenstein is in the title. I actually ordered a few other Honor films that aren't in, so they'll be in next month's update. So look out for those. And the final thing for the DVDs is I actually just got this in today to review from Arsplaytation, and that is Counterclockwise. So look out probably next week sometime for a review on this. Very excited to check this one out. It involves like time travel in a way, which I'm a huge fan of that type of shit. Love me some time travel stuff. Alright, now let's get into some Blu-rays. Yes. Few Blu-rays that my buddy Jeremy sent to me also. Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. I know he actually did pick up the Shout Select double pack, which is cool. I actually don't own this film. I still might pick up that Shout Select pack in the future, but I'll still keep this since Jeremy gave it to me as a gift. So thank you, Jeremy, for that. I actually want to watch that film right now. I love Billington. He also sent me the voices of Ryan Reynolds, which I've been hearing good things about. I still have to check it out. Really, actually, kind of dig Ryan Reynolds as an actor. I know that's kind of like, what? But I actually do like him in a certain films, like ones I grew up watching with him in it. Also, give me Out of Time, which is about restoring the DeLorean from Back to the Future. Love me some documentaries, so I'll be def checking that one out. And he sent me Ain't Them Body Saints, which is, I believe, like a Western. It stars Casey Affleck, Rooney Mara, and Ben Foster, who, of course, Casey Affleck from the mighty Beantown, and Rooney Mara, of course, from The Girl with the Dragon, and Ben Foster is actually from Boston also. So, really good cast. I actually dig all those actors for certain roles that they're in. Really good stuff. So, I've been checking that one out in a while. Love me some like Western stuff, anyways. Next up, I got a few things in that I did for Mr. Lloyd, aka Jason Lloyd from Horrorphilia. Actually had a few extra copies of certain titles, and he gave me a good deal on them, so I picked them up from him. Jason's a cool dude, one of the guy who posts all our podcasts on Horrorphilia for free and out of his own time. So bigs up to him, Jason Lloyd from Horrorphilia. First thing I picked up from him was Dolomite, fucking awesomeness, blaxploitation, Vinegar Syndrome. Yeah. Then I got a few Well Go USA titles from Jason. First up is The Tiger, which I did watch. Really fun film with Chow Min-sik in it. This one I haven't opened yet and checked out, and that is The Barty God. I believe this is a Cantonese or Hong Kong film. Can't wait to check that one out. And this one, Killzone 2 with Tony Jaa. I believe this has no direct involvement with Killzone 1. So this is kind of like a standalone film, so that's good. You don't have to really watch the sequel to the first one to watch the second one type deal. Next up, my buddy Brandon actually sent me a few Blu-rays. First up is Dolly Deadly, which is probably the worst film I ever saw. I know he probably got this out of the horror pack. I didn't like this at all, man. It wasn't really my cup of tea. Not that it was low budget. It was low budget, and that didn't really hurt it. It just didn't have like the heart that a lot of like low budget films that I like have in it. And I don't know. There was something that put me off for that one. I didn't really care for that film. And this one I didn't check out yet, and that is Late Night Double Feature. Who knows? Could be good. Could be terrible. Let the roll the dice go. So that's all I got from like Peeps stuff. Next up I picked up is Hobgoblins from Vinegar Syndrome. I actually did watch this kind of late at night, so I don't actually remember. Want to rewatch this one. Check it out for you guys again. Fucking love me some little like creature monster things, so you know I'm down. Picked up this from Synapse. And that, of course, is The Odd Angry Shot, which is an Australian Vietnam film, I believe. Very into more digging into more Ozploitation stuff, and that's one film that I've been eyeing for a while. Picked up a few Italian collections from 88 Films. First up is Hitchhike. This is actually a good price on their site, so I hopped on this version. Transfer is fucking awesome on this. If you haven't seen this, I highly recommend this film. Of course, with Franco Nero and David Hess. Fucking awesome film. I know Raro Video put that out too. So if you don't import, grab the Raro Video edition. This is a great film, nonetheless. And another one I picked up from 88 Films is Alien 2 on Earth. I actually really dug this, man. It's kind of like a slow build-up film, but the ending really pays off with some like great gore and stuff, and it has a very awesome soundtrack, I have to say, by the DeAngelis brothers. And this actually has a very cool special feature where Eli Roth talks about this film. So that's just worth it alone, in my opinion. Really good film. Next on up is The Curse of Dr. Wolfenstein from Real Gore Releasing. I was anticipating this film for the longest time when it was first announced, and I kind of hyped myself up for it. It's not the worst film ever. I actually did give this a very good grade. I still give it like a 7 out of 10. It just kind of let me down in the aspect of like the gore. It had like a lot of like repetitive kills in it with of course his machete. I'll just say that if you do want to check this film out. But I still recommend it if you're a fan of like Mark Ronsock's Necronos. It's definitely worth a watch. Okay, last stack of Blu-rays. Picked up Krampus. We're actually going to be doing this on our Christmas show on the 22 shots. Very excited. I actually never seen this film before. Yes, shockingly. So this will be the first time I'll ever watch this. Is for that show. So fingers crossed if you're fans of that film. Picked up the Neon Demon. I've been hearing a lot of mixed things about this. Still haven't checked it out. Probably going to throw it on in a few. Not probably today, but probably tomorrow type deal. Because I actually picked out a film to watch today. And very excited. I'm actually a big fan of the director, Nicholas Winding Refn. Of course, directed Drive and Valhalla Rising, two films that I really enjoy. Picked up The Mind's Eye. I actually did a review on this on both the podcast and Body Bags. Fucking love this film, man. If you're a big fan of Scanners, you'll probably really dig this. I really enjoy that film. First up I picked up is from Arrow Video during the Grindhouse video sale is Dark Water. Really fucking love this film, man. I forgot how much I actually really love this movie. Haven't seen it in years, and I actually really enjoy this edition by Arrow. Lots of special features, and I actually do enjoy the transfer on that. It brings out the tones and the darkness of the film because it is a dark film. Next up from Grindhouse Releasing, one of the best companies out there right now. I Drink Your Blood, and I did get the needle. Yes, fucking A. Love that movie with a passion. Oh, another one that Jeremy got me that I didn't have in the stack. I actually had this because I want to talk about this. If you haven't picked up this documentary, I highly recommend it. The Killing of America. Really fucking fucked up shit, man. It kind of blew me away while I was watching it. Really enjoyed this, man. It was fucking awesome. Severin, awesome job on this release. I gotta say that. Big ups to Severin. 3 more, guys. Picked up Return of the Living Dead from Vestron Video. Uncut. Fucking awesomeness right here, guys. Actually watched this the other night. The transfer is awesome. Really good stuff. You get to see like those little shavings of gore. That's a shout out to Mood 616, of course, because on the podcast, shavings. The fucking awesomeness right here. Highly enjoy this film. Brian Usna. Alright, 2 more, and they're both steelbooks. Are you ready for this? Synapse. Phenomena. Oh yeah. Love the transfer. Love this film with a passion. I don't care. I loved it. Worth every penny in my opinion. Well, of course, if you haven't seen the film, I wouldn't spend the price on it, but I actually didn't pick up a lot of stuff, as you know, from last month, so I was like, fuck it. And I'm really in love with this film, and it's a beautiful steelbook. And, of course, they used my favorite cover art on the cover, so that sold it for me pretty good. And the last thing I got in the mail, I actually just got this in today, and that is the Driller Killer from Arrow Video, the steelbook. Of course, I've been excited to check this one out for a while. Abel Ferreira film. Can't wait. And that is it, everybody. Of course, I'll be back next couple of days with another video for you guys. I hope you enjoyed the update of awesomeness. Big giant update this week, guys. I killed it this week. So as always, guys, I'll see you next video, and peace out.